Hello everybody, this is LittleAtari for the GoSC, and I've got a very special game for you guys tonight. It is on Daybreak between MsSpyte spawning as the blue Zerg in the top right hand corner versus QuanticFlo spawning as the red Terran in the bottom left hand corner. Everyone's probably a little bit familiar with QuanticFlo, being around the US scene for quite some time, so I'm going to focus a little bit on MsSpyte. She is a Master League Zerg player. She's gained a lot of popularity lately through streaming, averages about 500 viewers every time she streams, very interactive with her audience, and basically she's just been making it out to a few MLGs recently. She competed in MLG Columbus, and then she made it out also for MLG Anaheim. QuanticFlo's been around the scene for a while. She made her first debut at the first MLG Anaheim that had StarCraft 2 at it last year, where she went down to White Raw, which I don't think anybody would mind going down to White Raw. Very respectable fellow. But she got signed to Quantic I think it was like about last November, after placing second in the Zowie Divina tournament, which, if anyone's not too familiar with Zowie Divina, that was an all-female tournament that took place in China and was broadcasted on China television. And it had about a $5,000 first prize, which at the time was what MLG was handing out to its players. So, very respectable tournament. And that's kind of where Flo came from. After people said, "Hey, it looks like female gaming is going to pick up somewhere," people started picking up female players. Judging by the quick second depot and the no gas, we can probably safely say that Flo will be going for a quick expansion, which is fine for her because MsSpyte has opted for a hatch first. Now, this is without, I believe this is without scouting MsSpyte. Yeah, no, but you know what? It's very common for people to go, for Zerg players to go an early hatchery. So Flo's just like, I don't care about cheese right now. I just want to play my own game. And we see MsSpyte did opt to scout Flo, and she saw that there was a second supply depot. She knows she's in a safe spot. So there's the SCV going to put down the second CC, and MsSpyte right away positioning every single overlord. This was the first overlord that she had. She put it out just to get in this position that's going to allow her to spot around this area here, just kind of keeping an eye on it. But it seems like Flo is very familiar with that position, and she's going to keep track of that overlord. This one, she's probably going to end up heading around this. Oh, there's the rally point over there, so this will probably end up being her suicide overlord later to try and see what's going on. Now we see MsFlo putting down a double gas. Now, I'm sure not too many people are familiar with Flo's style, but she is into playing a heavy bio build. So to see her putting up the two gases, it's kind of surprising, but it'll allow her to start sustaining medevacs quicker, so that she doesn't stay on a bio force for too long, because she hasn't scouted MsSpyte yet to know exactly what's going on. She just kind of set in her ways and trying to make sure that the overlords don't come out for her. Looks like she's already checking around her base for overlords and just keeping that marine there, just checking for common overlord placement. MsSpyte again continuing her overlord spread, and putting down a spine crawler. So they're kind of almost mirroring each other. Flo's got her bunker down just in case she sends anything out, and then same thing for MsSpyte, just her one spine crawler. They're really set in just trying to get up their regular builds, their regular macro. And we see, MsSpyte's going for a macro hatchery, so maybe it seems like she's going to put on a little bit of aggression. And I like this positioning of the spine crawler right here, moving it up here to go with the macro hatcheries. It's gonna help control the space around here a little bit better. Oh, and look at this over here. This is probably like, when we were saying maybe quicker medevacs for her bioforce, this is probably the best way to, because it's going to take a while to get a proper bioforce up with medevacs, so you shouldn't wait for it. So she's going to go for reactor Hellion to put on the pressure, which is pretty good because MsSpyte is just now getting her gases. She's getting all 4 gases, and she only has a spawning point. I believe she does not have a roach warren at this moment, but This wall is superb. It is set up exactly for Hellion harassment. With these two queens over here, she can make a full wall off, and I want to say I don't see these Hellions doing much damage because of this. And the first batch of Hellions are on their way, and the Zergling is going to spot it, so MsSpyte is going to know exactly what's going on. And she is, even before that, she was fully prepared. She doesn't want anything to do with Hellions. So, I mean, like, she's gonna be able to poke in here. It seems like Flo's not even trying to go for the main. She's just trying to keep an eye on the rest of the map. So, well, right now she'll see that she probably won't be able to get in. So let's see how she ends up utilizing these Hellions, realizing that there's no way in right there. Just poking at the hatchery a little bit, and she has stopped Hellion production. There are 2 more on the way. But yeah, it doesn't seem like she's going straight back. She's going right into her bio build. So she's getting, as you can see, she's getting stim and infantry weapons to just go into her normal bio play, because she isn't going to be able to do much with these Hellions. The best she can do right now is to deny creep and maintain map control. Really, MsSpyte has very good vision of the map right now. She's got a very good overlord spread, and here are the Marines poking in, denying that creep spread. Exactly what I was saying. But so again, like, so this is basically what Flo's doing. She's just trying to keep track of MsSpyte, making sure that she stays in her base. But again, she hasn't had too much focus on the main. It does look like she saw the roach warn, so she knows that she's not going through any mutaplay. Looks like an infestation pit has gone down. MsSpyte, it looks like she wants to go for Ling Infester. And these Lings are coming out, and their speedlings, they pass each other. Oh, and then MsSpyte, knowing she's looking for the Hellions, and she is going to flank them with these Zerglings. Oh no, Miss QuanticFlo, she's probably gonna lose all these Hellions right now. And there we go. And will these two get away? Nope. It looks like, I mean, Hellions are good against Zerglings, but when you've got that many speedlings, they are going to just wrap around and not allow you to do anything. Looks like Flo setting up, going for a 3rd CC, so she's planning to expand soon. I believe these Lings are probably going to deny this 3rd for a while. So we'll have to see how she goes about doing that. She lost all of her Hellions, so I think she's not in a good spot. She's already going for +2 weapons and armor on her infantry. She's getting those medevacs out. There is an overseer trying to get its way in, but Flo is patrolling with this thing, but looks like he's going to be able to get around to see what he can scout, but Flo spots it and is bringing all of her Marines and stimming to make sure she takes it out, and that Changeling had no chance. So just despite keeping active with her Zerglings, keeping out on the map at the various watchtowers, keeping an eye on Flo with her superb overlord placement. And you just see Flo, she's going to push out now, stimming out 2 Marines ahead of her army to make sure that she doesn't get caught out of position. This Marine's also going to be able to pick off any Zerglings that are out on the map, so MsSpyte won't know exactly what kind of composition is coming her way, although I'm pretty sure she can, with all the Marines that she saw from her Overseer back then, she will be able to assume that it is a heavy bioforce, at least with the number of Marines. She is now establishing her 3rd. She was long-distance mining, which, why not? If you're oversaturated, go right for it. Let's see, it looks like she's already upgraded pathogen glands for her infestors, which is going to work supremely on Flo's unit composition. So, I mean, like, in terms of, like, I would say, like, MsSpyte does have the supply lead so far. She is going to have the proper unit composition to deal with this. She does have the better economy for her hatcheries and, 3 bases. So MsSpyte is in a very good position. Flo just now landing her 3rd CC. I guess she was waiting for a bunker, and she stored her SCV in there. That's kind of cute thing to do. Just leave it there, and she's now transferring those. But now Flo is moving out with her Marine and Marauder army. Medevac's a little bit ahead, but look, these infestors are already set for this. These Zerglings ready for the flanker to go ahead of them. Stimming 1 Marauder to catch this, so Flo knows exactly what she's going to go up against. Now the infestor, okay, all right. So Flo just waiting for her last 2 medevacs. Is she going to engage us? She scans one last time. She is going to engage. Oh, fungal down on half of Flo's army, and second fungal down on the rest of it. She might end up losing this entire thing. But wait, her Zerglings, all of Spyte's Zerglings are down. She actually did not have much energy left on those infestors to chain the fungals. She just had a little bit more energy. She would have been in a supreme position to, and there we go. That's the position that Spyte needs. She surrounds in fungals, but again running away. It doesn't. Again, checking the energy on those. They are very low, and their Flo is going straight for the queen. The queen goes down. And fungal again. Is Flo gonna lose this army? Looks like she's just a few more marauders left. Those infestors staying alive pretty well. Spyte establishing her 4th. Flo just streaming in units over here. They're all rallying over here, and just I would say with the amount of the issue right here is MsSpyte doesn't have much energy. She basically these Marines are going to go uncontested. Another fungal going down, and they're almost dead. Can she save her hatchery? Very low in the red. She transfuses at the last minute to save it, and there we go. The Marines are away, but the medevacs are away from the army, and Spyte is going to be able to push Flo back just a little bit away from her hatchery. This queen taking out the medevacs, and this small force should be able to handle Flo, but no, oh no, all of these have no energy on them, unfortunately. And pulling the drones, and that hatchery goes down. Stimming forward, Flo is not backing off no matter what. Already plus three weapons and armor on the way for Flo. This 4th has no drones at it, and she did lose some workers during that fight. Tough position for MsSpyte. I think what's really holding her back now is she's floating a lot of minerals. I guess she was just so distracted by Flo's army, and Flo, she's already beginning Viking production, which, I mean, when you see infestors, you should know that a hive is on the way, and surely enough, there is a greater spire, so she's already preemptively, she's preparing for broodlords before she even sees a corruptor, which is good for her. Spyte trying to reestablish this third. A lot of Zerglings here for MsSpyte. These infestors steadily gaining more energy, but it seems like MsSpyte wants to save her energy for, not energy, but gas for broodlords later. But it looks like, alright, everyone's just kind of poking around. Looks like Flo does have a ghost out to help deal with the infestors, and the Viking count is getting pretty high, but there aren't any corruptors out on the field yet, or broodlords, so I don't know how much use she's going to be able to get out of those. She's lifting up some of her guys to stay away from those guys. Landing 1 Viking to help out. They can help out a little bit. Now they all kind of dancing with their Vikings just a little bit, but there we go. The first set of corruptors are out, but okay, that's an overseer. And these ghosts are going to go down, but that is not without getting an EMP off, and Flo is going to capitalize on this, and the Vikings or corruptors are going to battle it out while fungal's going down on Flo's army, but all the Zerglings go down, and there's only 5 infestors left, maybe 2 of them with energy left on them. Flo taking out a good amount of corruptors, but there is a lot more left, and these Vikings were set to prepare for the broodlords that were incoming, so it's going to be sad that she's going to lose a few of them, but that's not without Spyte losing a few of her corruptors. And is this hatchery going to go down again? Oh no, Spyte might be in a terrible position here. She's at 96 supply to Flo's 176. Flo establishing her 4th base, and she's going to go for Spyte's 4th base. I don't see how Spyte can get back from this. She's almost exhausted on gas. She never got to get to that broodlord count that she wanted to. And there it is. GG. MsSpyte taps out. I would say that was a pretty good game between these 2 ladies. Flo never backing down, always staying on top of the game. I think what really did MsSpyte in this game was it seemed that her macro slipped. There was a point, like, after a certain point, her mineral count did not go down below 2,000 minerals, and had to do with how distracted Flo was keeping her. You know, she denied scouting. Flo denied so much scouting into her base throughout the game. We saw when Overseer went in over here, and it just, there was no way that she could keep an eye on what was going on. That's it. That's GG. Like, Flo just keeping on top of her macro the entire time, keeping up the aggression, and good game to her. Congrats to her. That wraps up this cast right now. I am LittleAtari for the GoSC. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at LittleAtari over there. You can follow QuanticFlo at QuanticFlo on Twitter, and MsSpyte is also MsSpyte, MsSpyte, not MsSpyte, but just MS is MsSpyte. And follow the girls of StarCraft on Twitter as well. We give a lot of updates on females in StarCraft 2 over there. That's at _GoSC. If you have any feedback for me on this cast, be more than happy to hear it. You can PM me on Team Liquid at LittleAtari. And thank you guys all for watching. Good game.